Masa says he will not perform at Freedom Street. Dancehall artist Masa will no longer be performing at Vybz Kartel's Freedom Street concert at the National Stadium on Tuesday. This is due to an exclusive territorial contract between the artist and Mong Chok Show organizers to perform at their Clarendon-based event on January 1, 2025. Expressing his regret for Freedom Street headline of Vybz Kartel, Masa stated Vybz Kartel is a legend. He further announced his intention to join the artist on the international stage to perform their hit singles, Dogs Dem Afi Live. In the meantime, he is expressing his gratitude to the Mong Chok Show promoters and his fans. Oil spill along stretch of North Coast Highway. The Trelawney police reported that an oil spill had occurred along the stretch of the North Coast Highway between Cooper Spence to Bengal at the Trelawney St. Ann border. Consequently, the police, who noted that delays are to be expected along that stretch, are also warning motorists to proceed with extreme caution along the highway due to the slippery nature of the roadway. In fact, Commanding Officer for Trelawney Police Division, Superintendent Winston Milton, is advising motorists to apply their brakes softly when the occasion arises, as they are likely to develop a skid on this particular surface. There is no alternative route. Meanwhile, Superintendent Milton has also strategically deployed personnel along the roadway who are working assiduously with emergency services and the local authorities to have the situation resolved in the quickest possible time. Business operators counting losses following fire at Constant Spring Arcade in St. Andrew. At least 3 business operators are counting their losses this morning after fire engulfed snack centers at the Constant Spring Arcade in St. Andrew. The fire, which started around 8:05 a.m., destroyed 2 of the centers and partially burnt another. Assistant Commissioner at the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Courtney Thompson, says 24 firefighters responded to the scene to tackle the blaze. It is still not clear what caused the fire. Meanwhile, one carpenter who was working near the impacted area explained how he was alerted to the fire by another shop owner. Firefighters have estimated the damage to be $6.8 million. Jamaica recorded only 9 murders last week, lowest at the year for a 7-day period. For the first time all year, Jamaica last week recorded single-digit murders during a period covering 7 days. For the week of December 21st to 28th, the country recorded 9 homicides according to data published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The murder toll as at December 28 is 1,038, which represents a decline of 19% or 259 fewer homicides year on year. A year prior, over the period of December 14 to 21, the country recorded 15 murders and had been averaging 22 murders per week leading up to the Christmas season. 3 police divisions have recorded 100 or more murders this year. They are St. James 125, St. Andrew South 118, and Westmoreland 100. St. Catherine North 94 and St. Catherine South 83 round out the top 5 divisions with the most homicides. Portland remains the lowest with 13. 15 of the country's 19 police divisions have recorded a decline in murders this year. Shooting, injured persons, rape, and robbery are down year on year. Break-ins, however, have increased modestly, with 8 more records year on year.
At this point, I do believe it is important to provide updates on some cases that have captured national attention. Jamaica has recently faced a series of violent incidents, underscoring the persistent challenges of gang violence and lottery scamming across various communities. Notable events include the Cherokee Lane multiple victim violent incident in Clarendon on August 11, where 8 individuals were killed and 9 injured due to gang warfare involving the one family gang. Swift law enforcement action led to 11 arrests, 2 fatal confrontations with suspects, and charges under the anti-gang legislation. The response included limited states of public emergency, curfews, and an ongoing police and military presence to prevent reprisals. The Point Hill shooting in St. Catherine on August 21, where 7 individuals were injured and 1 found dead, highlighted escalating gang conflicts. Investigations led to the charging of Junior Coleman for multiple offenses, with further suspects identified. The police, supported by the Jamaica Defense Force, ramped up operations, leveraged intelligence to pursue key persons of interest. Similarly, on October 21, in Pleasant Heights, Kingston, An attack claimed 5 lives, including a gang leader and his son, linked to internal gang disputes. Junior Creary, alias Whopper, and Lord Evil were identified as key figures, prompting targeted operations and the declaration of a state of public emergency and increased community engagement to restore calm. The Bowen Road incident in Kingston 11 on November 2 resulted in 3 deaths and 5 injuries, stemming from a gang conflict involving the Kid Lane gang and the Ratbat gang. Police operations, including targeted raids and curfews, are ongoing to apprehend suspects and dismantle networks. Despite the scale of these incidents, the JCF's strategic response, marked by arrests, intelligence-driven operations, and interagency collaboration, has been pivotal in preventing violent reprisals, reflecting progress in curbing gang-related violence and ensuring community safety. The format of these press conferences is designed not just to inform the media, but to speak directly to you, the people we serve. Through these unfiltered engagements, we communicate the JCF's commitment to public safety and our collective progress as a nation. As we look ahead to 2025, let us carry the momentum of this year's achievements. Together, we will address the challenges that remain, build on the progress that we have made, and continue to work towards a safer and more prosperous Jamaica.
In the dark. Senior Research Fellow at the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies, Dr. Leslie, is insisting that many victims or survivors of crime are left in the dark about developments in their cases, says there is a critical and urgent need for a full operational national victim information and notification system in Jamaica. The tool, which exists in several jurisdictions outside Jamaica, typically notifies victims of crimes about the status change of an offender and is confidential, free and available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Such systems provide real-time notification on important case development, including court dates, hearing, bail decision, parole status, and any changes in the offender's location or release. Leslie is also chair of the Crime Prevention and Offenders Management Research Cluster in responding to queries from reporters as to the utility of such a system in the island, stated, although they have various efforts to improve victim support and communication, these initiatives remain fragmented and have not been yet integrated into cohesive national system for real-time victim or survivor notifications. As it stands, many victims or survivors are left in the dark, unaware of important development in their cases. This uncertainty fosters anxiety and increases the risk of retaliation and further harm. In many instances, victims may not be promptly informed if an offender is granted bail, released, or transferred to another facility. Such delays can lead to precarious situations where victims are unprepared and unaware of potential threats, Leslie noted. Moreover, for those unfamiliar with the legal process, navigating the system can be overwhelming. Limited access to legal resources, combined with a limited understanding about how the judicial system works, further exacerbates the problem, particularly for especially vulnerable witnesses, she further stated. The development and sustained implementation of a NVINS will therefore be a significant step forward to enhancing witness care in Jamaica. Such an initiative could improve client-centered care, increase victim safety, foster greater public trust in the justice system, and better protect vulnerable individuals, the senior research fellow at the University of the West Indies Mona campus opined. Leslie said implementing the NVINS in Jamaica requires careful attention to areas for capacity development, including having a robust technological infrastructure, skilled human resources, and a supportive legal framework. Tangible steps for developing these capacities for witness care is general, are already outlined in the Integrated Strategic Plan for Witness Care in Jamaica 2020, which addresses the need for technological upgrades, training program, and data protection measures. Financial resources must also be allocated for system development, maintenance, and scaling, ensuring its suitability over time. Public awareness campaigns and multi-channel communication strategies are essential to ensure that victims across Jamaica, particularly in rural areas, can access the system, she noted. Leslie also noted that collaboration across law enforcement, the judiciary, and victim support agencies will be vital to ensuring the system integration and effectiveness. In the meantime, the Crime Prevention and Offender Management Research Cluster Chair, outlining how such a system would work, said the successful establishment and implementation of an NVINS in Jamaica will require sustained political will, support from all relevant stakeholders, including the government, law enforcement, and the judiciary, and local ownership. Data protection and privacy protocols must be robust to safeguard victims' and offenders' information. A readiness assessment should be conducted to evaluate technological infrastructure, legal frameworks, and resource availability, while also highlighting other critical considerations such as system, scalability, and long term sustainability. Additionally, capacity development for personnel and training on system usage in critical and refreshers training built in, she told reporters. Leslie emphasized that the system should be user friendly and accessible, particularly for vulnerable groups, including those in rural areas and persons with disabilities, adding, survivors must also know how to access and use the system. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.